Hello there, Frags here. Welcome to my chill vlog. In this channel, I talk about the pros and cons, the journey of doing YouTube, and more, as well as some channel updates. As I said, this is going to be a more chill vibe thingy, not much scripting involved here, so this is not a scripted video. But I want to talk about certain things that I saw on the internet, or I've been reading on the internet. By the way, the background game that you're watching is Total War Pharaoh Dynasties. I don't know whether, I think it's just called Dynasties. So it combines like Troy plus Pharaoh. I haven't played this game much actually, so yeah, enjoy watching this gameplay. But what I really wanted to talk to you about is this notion that gaming on YouTube or YouTube gaming is oversaturated. I've heard countless people say this, especially when we have new YouTubers asking if it'll be fine to become a new gaming YouTuber or something like that, and you will never run away from this answer. Oh, gaming on YouTube is oversaturated, which it's true to a certain extent. It is true. Gaming on YouTube is a much more bigger niche. If you're calling it a niche, it's massive. It's a massive so-called niche. The reason for it being massive is pretty clear cut. It's pretty logical if you think about it. Compared to all the other sort of YouTube niche, gaming is definitely the one. First thing is, it's a huge hobby. Gaming is a massive hobby. It's overtaken, I think, movies in terms of gross revenue or something like that. But the gaming hobby itself, like especially with the new generation and stuff like that, compared to like movie watching and stuff, is huge. So obviously people want to do YouTube that's based on their hobby. And the second thing is, well, doing it, a gaming YouTube channel, recording stuff is relatively simple. It's not complicated at all compared to like making something about a live vlog. You've got to think like a videographer, someone. You got to think about a videography, like, oh, I want to see myself walking from left to right, and then sort of like here I want the camera more zoomed in closer to my face. Like if you're going to think very artistically about how you want to tell a story or get across a point, you could do that. And I guess financial channels have to do a lot of research and making sure that the talking points that they're talking about is solid, and people are getting a good advice, or rather good information from you. But gaming is not like that at all. You just run the game and hit record. You could run it with a webcam, or you could just voice over the video like how I do all the time. It's easy. Low barrier of entry is the point that I'm trying to make. Plus, it's a huge hobby. So when you put these 2 points together, obviously gaming on YouTube is going to be pretty darn like competitive, right? There's a lot of people doing it. But you know what? I will say this, there's a lot of great talent on YouTube, gaming YouTubers. There's amazing people doing gaming YouTube, and and as much as there are amazing talent, I think there are a lot more people that are pretty they're just doing it for a hobby. So don't mind me saying it, but it's pretty poor content. It's crap content, honestly. Just playing a game, not saying anything while you're playing the game. There's no commentary, there's nothing added to just there being gameplay. Although I do think that there is some value in terms of like, hey, how do I get past this particular puzzle or this particular level? I'm stuck here, and you just want to watch someone beat that particular part without any like talky beat, right? I totally understand that, but I don't know. I feel like YouTube today is not meant for the game completionist, like with no personality, just game silent player and just the game. That sort of more immersive experience thingy. I mean, you could just simply play the game instead of watching it if you really wanted to enjoy it. But some people just want to watch the story of a game. But anyway, I digress. My point is that that sort of gaming YouTuber is very hard to grow. It's the lowest barrier of entry. Like there is no barrier of entry. In fact, anyone can do that. Some people can play games a lot better than other people. Sure, the skills of playing a game. Excuse me, I'm still rather sick. My voice is not normal yet. But yeah, the point is that I think there are a ton, maybe even I go as far as saying like 60 to 70 or maybe even 80% of gaming YouTube channel totally suck. You know, they just do the playthrough the thing, very little comments and stuff, which actually that 70 to 60%, which means that if I'm going to put it at like 20%, that's like massive number of channels because YouTube is so massive. um, so here's my point. Just because a niche is massive, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't or should not create a channel. It's what you care about. You love this thing. You think that you can add something to this niche. Like you think that you can sort of have a unique voice, your own voice. You can tell people your stories or what you think about this game, whatever it might be, what sort of whatever type of content you need to bring you into your channel. That's why it's called YouTube. You don't forget the you in it. And I think that that's the way you stand out. um, so when people talk about, oh, gaming on YouTube is oversaturated, but you do find the occasional YouTubers that have done really well. Like for instance, if you take, I always look at this particular YouTuber, the Spiffing Brit, for instance. You know, I think the Spiffing Brit is so incredible because what he's managed to do is something that I think a lot of people in the strategy game niche, even though you wouldn't say Spiffing Brit is a strategy gamer, but he is a strategy gamer. Plus, he's big into Skyrim and RPGs and stuff. But he plays a lot of strategy games. And if you look at other strategy gaming YouTubers, I feel like they don't have the capability of reaching a more mass audience with their videos. You know, it's still very much it's a huge number of audience, definitely, but I don't think it's as huge as say people who play FPS or mainstream games. You know, that's the strategy niche. That's a niche that I'm focusing on. But the Spiffing Breed has proven that you don't need to like just be stuck within a small niche. Like you could do it in ways, the format of the videos and stuff can make it entertaining for almost anyone to enjoy, you know. So that's an interesting sort of case study. Like look at what Spiffing Breed. I'm not asking you to be like a game, how to say, exploiter, for instance, or how do I exploit and win a game. No, no, no. I'm not asking you to just copy him, but see what he's doing and see how you can make your own sort of take on the gaming niche unique. And yeah, try to niche down to like a genre or a game even. Although a game, yeah, a lot of people do discourage people from getting into a single game or two. Make it more towards a genre like action RPG or strategy or RPG. Those things, yeah, people follow you. If they love RPG games, they follow you. And yeah, I think RPG is pretty massive genre. I think RPG is more massive than strategy games, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, and I think there's a bit of overlap between strategy games and RPG, because RPGs, in essence, beyond the story, is also a strategy game, right? The battles and stuff. But anyway, again, digressing. That's something you got to get used to this in this channel. I do go on a tangent a little bit more often than my scripted videos in my own gaming channel. So yeah, I think that in today's day and age, especially when you hear people say, hey, gaming on YouTube is saturated, why are you doing that? Like, then what else do you want to do? Because the fact of the matter is, we are talking about billions of videos are being uploaded, I don't know, on a daily basis or something. So imagine that. How many things are truly 100% original? How many things, how many videos, how many channels do you think are super unique? They're carving out a completely new niche on themselves. No, it's very rare to find a channel that's doing something completely different, completely new. Everyone is sort of taking inspiration from other people and then doing sort of a twist or a spin out of it, right? Um, so yeah, it's really, I wouldn't say it's totally impossible, but it's almost close to impossible. It's 99% quite impossible to do something 100% original. Okay, so don't beat yourself over it. Like, if you really love, like, if you want to do a gaming channel, you want to be a gaming YouTuber, go ahead and do that, but don't be like everyone else and do the same thing. That's the mistake that I see so many people do. You've got to figure out what you want to do, not copying other people, not just doing the same thing what other people are doing. You've got to find your own formula to this, your own voice that's unique to it. And I think you could do well. You could do well, whatever it is, whatever oversaturated niche that you get into, as long as you stand out as original and unique, because it's you. No one can copy you. I mean, people can copy your style and stuff. Sure. Again, digressing and all that. But it's very hard to beat a personality. Not even an AI can copy you. Maybe an AI can copy you. I don't know. But maybe that's a different discussion for another day. You could argue that the oversaturation of gaming YouTubers means that, if you think about it from a money and cents perspective, which means a revenue per mil or RPM, we all there's more supply and the demand is little, so then your RPM will be low. There's so much of supply of this type of game, so I think the YouTube algorithm is a bit more complex than most people put it. Although I can't pretend to say that I know exactly how the algorithm calculates like RPM. It's not as if, like, I don't believe that it's a hard, oh, you're a gaming YouTuber, this is the RPM you get. No, I think that it is based upon the user profiles watching your videos. I think there's a hard sort of gaming category, sort of ads that are targeted to this category, but also I do feel like the people who are watching a Fortnite channel, for instance, will be different from the people who are watching, I don't know, a Europa Universalis channel, a Paradox Grand Strategy game channel. The profile of the people watching these two things might be different. The Grand Strategy channel might be skew a little bit more older, while Fortnite possibly much more younger. And I do think that the RPM takes into account like age and things like that. So yeah, it's not entirely that RPM for gaming is bad. I think within gaming space also, it depends on the user profiles. That's my theory. That's my theory. You tell if you know about this, if you've got inside information about this, do tell me in the comments whether I'm totally wrong about this, or there might be some truth to this. Okay, so anyway, with that spiel out of the way, I want to talk a little bit about my channel. I think the past week has been amazing. Like, I've done really well the past week. I actually came out with 2 videos. If today, or rather Sunday, is considered last week or not a new week, I always look at Monday as the first day of a week. So actually last week I managed to release 2 videos, which actually is more than I've managed to do in quite a while. So I think that with releasing 2 videos, that would have a huge boost to hopefully subscribers, although subscribers have been growing very slow. But watch hours could go up. I think it definitely would go up. I'm really close to like 1000 subs. I'm currently at like 841 or something like that. And my watch hours is at like 3400, I think 3430 or something like that. I'm inching closer to like 3.5, I think, 3.5, and really close to 4000. I've got like 500. I'm hoping that it will go up within like a week or two, because I really want to monetize. Yeah, and this week I'm also really happy that I managed to actually, I I just published, or rather put a video up. It's actually my first sponsored video. Actually, not my first in my career sponsored video. I've been sponsored before, but that was actually for a Facebook channel. But yeah, in this particular channel on YouTube, it's my first sponsored video. It's for the game Capitalism Lab. Amazing business sim, amazing business game. You should check out my video on Frags of War. And hopefully they will continue with sponsoring me for the following months. I'm going to be covering the DLCs for the game, one DLC every month, so that's a steady revenue that I earn. It's a bit more effort actually for what I'm actually making from it, but it's something. It's someone's trusted me to actually pay me money to do that, so I'm really grateful for Enlight Games, and I'm grateful overall with how things are. Just a bit of information, if you haven't watched my previous video, I did resign from my job, so I am kind of jobless. I've been applying for jobs, but I am jobless. And the YouTube thing, yeah, the YouTube channel, I've had this YouTube channel for like more than 10 years, and it's been like 300 subs. This is the closest it's ever been to being monetized. You know, if I can start earning 200 US dollars to like 500 US dollars, that's a good chunk of change. I think that will help a little bit in terms of living expenses. And yeah, I do have a family and stuff, so there's quite a bit of commitment. My wife's also trying to, my wife is not working as well, so she has to go and find a job as well. So we are all in the process of trying to find a job, but I'm more happier to actually work from home, doing YouTube. And also we are, me and my ex-colleagues, we are starting our new creative venture, doing advertising stuff, creatives for advertising and marketing. I don't know how well that will go, but it's still ongoing in terms of like working out the pitch deck for this business. We're starting with really $0 or whatever, so but you know, as long as we have the experience working in the advertising agencies for more than a decade here, so it's something that we know how to do. And yeah, I want to increase my revenue base, so I'm doing sponsored videos. Not much actually, not much. Not making so much with the sponsored videos. It's not enough, very little, but it's something. It's a start. What I want to do is I want to announce that I also want to open channel membership up, because I've seen a lot of channels out there that do this channel membership. I thought channel membership is a lot of work, because you know, you got to work like tier 1, tier 2. Tier 2 unlocks like special icons or emojis or shit like that. But I've seen like so many channels just have a single tier and just allows you to like have a color to your name or something like that if you paid them. And that's like the easiest thing to do. You don't need to create any crap. And I thought, you know what? Yeah, actually it's much easier to do membership than I thought. You know, the amount of work I needed to work on the branding and stuff like that. But I might still do that. I might put a bit more effort into branding my membership a little bit more. That's something that I plan to do this week. So if you're interested in supporting my YouTube gaming or gaming YouTuber journey, do check out Frags of War. Go and subscribe to that channel and get the membership. I think the membership should be out by the end of this week. I'll probably take 1 or 2 days to just hopefully just finish everything. 2 days max, I think. Yeah, so go and support me over there. Check out my videos, watch it, subscribe to the channel, become a member. I won't be charging much though, so I don't think it's be too expensive. So thank you so much for lending me your ears. Hope you guys have a great week. Bye bye.